So I think it's really easy to feel undermotivated about your YouTube channel. I think particularly when you are working alongside, obviously, this small YouTube channel. I'm roughly 20,000 subscribers, and obviously freelance. You guys know that I freelance full-time alongside making these YouTube videos. So it's quite a lot of work. It is quite a grind to keep up posting YouTube videos regularly, feel like you're sort of doing the audience justice. And that's where I was a few weeks ago. I was feeling pretty flat. I was not kind of super happy about the videos that I was putting out, but also just like the sheer volume of work for the results that I was seeing on the channel. And simply the thing which actually helped me was looking at my results year on year. And you can see this right here. This is the data from 2021. In terms of views, I gathered 623,000 views. That was throughout the year, obviously with a whole host of videos published. You can see that there's lots of videos posted at the start of the year and then not so many the back end of the year. The watch time was 31.8k hours, and I gained 4.5 or 4.7 thousand subscribers. In terms of revenue, was $2,346.87. So simply by doing this, kind of zooming out and comparing this year on year to the new stats for 2022, it was a massive sort of motivation boost. I was a bit on the fence about posting this video talking about the amount of money that my YouTube channel made throughout 2022. But I did a quick poll on my YouTube community section. You guys seemed really interested. I also think that it's kind of just super interesting for a small YouTube channel. Obviously, lots of you guys that follow me obviously have YouTube channels and make YouTube content. And I think a lot of these income reports often are from like very large YouTube channels. So I think that it is interesting when a smaller channel does it. And you can see just how much YouTube kind of makes up of my income. I obviously couldn't do this full time yet, but hopefully the idea is you're obviously getting closer and closer. And hopefully in 1 year's time, I like to do these income reports, you know, a year round on my YouTube channel. It gives me something to aim for. Hopefully this time next year, these numbers are dramatically increased. Let's jump into YouTube Analytics and let's take a deep dive. So we're inside YouTube Analytics, and before we actually get started, if you are interested in starting your own YouTube channel this year, I have thoroughly been enjoying MKBHD's YouTube guide on Skillshare for scripting, shooting, and editing. This is an amazing guide on how he produces his videos and can be a great inspiration for you if you're interested in producing this style of content heading into 2023. You can watch this entire course for free by signing up for 1 month free trial of Skillshare in the top link of the video description. Okay, so heading back into YouTube Analytics, as you can see, we're going to go up to this top section over here. There's a few things that I want to talk about to do with YouTube Analytics. So first of all, let's put 2021 in here. I'm going to select the parameter, go 2021. Here's those stats that I called out at the beginning of the video. You can see all of those stats. So I'm going to pull up 2022 now, and you can see that there's a dramatic increase in views. It's actually up 221% over the previous year. I actually hit 2 million views on the channel, so thank you guys for all of your support throughout the year. In terms of watch time, it was 90.8k, which is also very exciting, 192% more than the previous year. And I doubled the subscriber amount to the channel as well, 9.4 thousand subscribers. In terms of the number of videos that I made throughout the year, this was actually not where I would like to be, and this is one of my aims for next year. I'm setting myself like kind of a good tangible target for next year, which is 1 video per week, and I really want to do my best to stick to that. I published 30 videos across the course of the year, which kind of averages to just over 1 every 2 weeks, which again is kind of not where I want to be. But in terms of revenue, we can switch to the revenue tab here, and you can see that across the year I made $6,057 from YouTube ad revenue for the year. And again, we can switch that back to 2021, so you can see it's dramatically higher than it was that previous year. There's a couple of significant spikes. This was around the Samsung S22 launch, and then this one here was around the iPhone launch. Obviously quite a significant period for the channel. You can see that the RPM number, this is the amount of money that I make per 1,000 views. You've got the CPM here, which is the overall amount of money that is made per 1,000 views. And then the RPM, this is my split, my percentage of revenue that I create per 1,000 views. You can see that this was generally trending in an okay direction. I roughly sit around the 365 kind of realm, and then dramatically in December I've taken a bit of a decrease. I think that's probably in line slightly with the macroeconomic environment, with everything going on. Hopefully we'll see that begin to climb in the new year. In terms of content, the most kind of successful revenue content was the iPhone video. You can see that I made almost $1,500 on that video, which is really, really cool. The Google Pixel 6 review, $1,100. The S22 Ultra video was just under $700, and so on and so on. I think what's also important to note here, something I'm just going to mention, is you can see that this year, the year of 2021, which I've obviously been talking about and comparing, you can see that the channel was basically declining the entire time. And that was probably a combination of not being super smart with the type of videos that I was making, kind of making videos for almost like the wrong audience, and me not wanting to change. And you can see that over this period here, I actually just decided to kind of think about the YouTube videos that I wanted to make, and I ended up hitting the new year and going kind of quite hard, and you can see that it did really start to pay off. And obviously the amount of views that the channel is getting is slowly increasing. Obviously you're going to have dips and peaks and troughs, but it's kind of important, if you are kind of seeing negative growth on your YouTube channel, think about it. Maybe what can you change? What can you do differently? Obviously you want to keep the content that you're making the right type of content and the content that you are interested in. But if something isn't working, maybe it needs to change. And the other thing I'd say is, if you are struggling and if you're maybe not super happy with the results from your YouTube channel, maybe zoom out, gain a bit of perspective. That's certainly what I did. So the YouTube channel, or at least the YouTube ads that obviously we've discussed already, is only one source of income that I make through this YouTube channel. And this particular year, it was the most substantial part of revenue for the channel. That's not always the case. Some of the other sources sometimes, make a bit more than the AdSense, but obviously it is a very substantial part of that income. But I'm going to share some of these other sources and how I kind of make money with that. First of all is sponsorships. And now I do think it's a misconception that brands don't want to work with smaller YouTube channels. Obviously, this YouTube channel is only sitting at, 20,000 subscribers, which is obviously not totally insignificant, but it's not enormous. However, I did 8 sponsored collaborations last year working with brands. Sadly, I can't talk about the individual revenue per video, but I can give you the total. So across those 8 sponsored videos last year, the sponsorships revenue came to $4,024. So obviously not as large as a bigger YouTube channel would charge their dedicated sponsors. Normally the sponsors would probably be larger than the AdSense section. That's not the case for this channel, but it is getting there. And obviously as the channel continues to grow, those sponsorship revenue numbers are increasing. Another area I drive a lot of revenue for the YouTube channel is affiliate marketing. And the program which I use a lot is Amazon Affiliate. And you can see this is the month of December for my Amazon affiliate, so December 2022 through to the 28th. And basically what this is any of the video links in my description that link through to products to Amazon, I will make a commission if one of those items is ordered, or any item is ordered within the last 24 hours of you clicking that link, assuming you don't click on another creator's link. So basically you kind of be able to see that you don't actually have to click through a dedicated product. Somebody might click through it by something else. You will still gain a commission on that video. Sometimes you do get some very, very weird products popping up in this ordered items section. Nothing that weird in this particular list, but in terms of revenue, you can see that I actually have made $335 throughout December on just under $9,000 worth of revenue shipped for Amazon. So you're getting a pretty substantial commission, considering you're not actually sort of doing anything in terms of you're not having to ship anything out yourself or anything like that. So let's head into the consolidated summary, so for all of the territories that I'm actually in, and I'm going to increase the date range to be at the start of 2021. So that's that date parameter applied, and you can see all of the territories where I have an Amazon affiliate account. You can see that the earnings were $3,592 for the year, and this is actually not a great year in terms of Amazon affiliate for me. Normally I would expect the Amazon affiliate earnings to be roughly the same as your YouTube ad revenue, or actually for what I do in the videos that I make, a little bit higher. However, I've been doing a lot more smartphone content than I have general camera content, so I think that's sort of somewhat a reason for that. But obviously a pretty significant portion of revenue for the channel, considering you don't have to do any other work other than, you know, linking people through to Amazon via the links in your video descriptions. This year was also the first year I actually decided to sell a few things through the YouTube channel, and I did this through a platform called Sellfy, and what I was selling was Lightroom presets, and a few of you guys will have supported the channel by purchasing some of those Lightroom presets. I tried to make them relatively inexpensive. I really don't want them to be super expensive or cost prohibitive to anyone, but I actually ended up making $519 through Sellfy. It's kind of nice because it's relatively incremental revenue, and hopefully that can sort of continue to go up. I don't have to promote that massively. So those are the 4 sources of revenue that I actually generated revenue with last year. So that obviously brings the grand total of revenue for the YouTube channel for 2022 to $14,172. That is obviously a significant part of my income, and obviously the aim is to increase that and make it a larger proportion of my income. But I think it's really cool to see in just 1 year that a YouTube channel of 20,000 subscribers can make a really substantial amount of money. Hopefully you guys have found this interesting and insightful. Maybe it's kind of helped you with your own YouTube journey. Peace out, happy new year, have a good one, I'll catch you in 2023.